Hi there, I'm Maria. Join me as I explore life on York Island, training amazing horses and make unforgettable memories. Today I will be looking at a number of horses to determine whether they are suitable for my outdoor riding program. I've been given the opportunity to view as many as 10 horses, which is quite a lot for one day. Therefore, I have spread the visits over 3 days. My goal is to find at least 5 suitable horses, but it's quite possible that there won't be any that meet my requirements. In that case, I will have to look for other options. First up is Winter Racer, along with his siblings at Moorland Stable. Racer is a 10-year-old Shire and is being offered as a suitable horse for outdoor rides and as a driving horse. Although I don't have a cart, it's always an option to arrange one if he proves to be suitable. Racer stands a whopping 17.1 hands tall, and my god, that is really enormous. For someone like me, who isn't very tall, that can be a challenging. I usually fit on ponies, and I am not talking about Connemara ponies, but rather smaller types, like Welsh ponies. I'm curious about his temperament and behavior while riding and handling him. I would also like to know how he reacts to other horses and various environments, as that is important for my outdoor riding program. Additionally, I hope to gain insight into his training background and any health issues. In short, I look forward to this visit and am eager to find out if Winter Racer will be the right match for me. During a brief conversation with Winter Racer's owner, he mentioned that the horse suffers from an allergy to carrots. This allergy affects his diet and requires extra attention when feeding. Despite this limitation, the allergy does not impact Racer's training abilities or performance. The owner works closely with a veterinarian to ensure that Racer receives the right nutrition and care so that he can continue to train comfortably and participate in competitions. This will undoubtedly be a challenge, especially since children often have a tendency to give horses treats. If I take a Racer home, I really need to come up with a solution for that. While riding, I noticed that he was quite spooky. I was surprised because they offered him as bomb-proof. Later, the owner told me that he had experienced a server spook during a ride and that they were working on improving that behavior. Although they assured me that he wouldn't be so spooky anymore, I would have preferred to know the actual situation before I rode him. This kind of information is crucial, especially when considering purchasing a horse. It raises some irritation for me, because if I had known this earlier, I might have made a different decision. It's frustrating that such important details were not shared up front. Other than that, he seemed perfectly suitable for the outdoor riding program. The next horse we met was Snowflake. She's a 6-year-old and a mix between a Shire and Ardennes, making her the half sister of Racer. To keep it clear, all the horses we are visiting here are half brothers and half sisters, or just brothers and sisters of each other. Although her brother is enormous, Snowflake, with a height of 16.1 hands, has an impressive yet elegant appearance. During the ride with her, I noticed that she needed a bit of extra guidance, so I asked for some help. The experience with Snowflake was truly amazing and gave my confidence in this stable significant boost. She is a particularly sweet horse and radiates a calm, reliable energy. She was absolutely bomb-proof. Nothing seemed to disturb her. However, as mentioned in the advertisement, she does have a slight slower gait. It really takes some effort to get her moving forward, but that made the ride all the more challenging and enjoyable. It was nice to ride her, and I felt increasingly confident in the saddle as we explored the beautiful surroundings together. As a third horse, we met Copper, who is 8 years old and an impressive crossbreed between a Shire and Ardenner, standing at a whopping 16.1 hands. He is a true giant among horses. Copper has a relaxed and calm personality, but if you thought Snowflake was lazy, you haven't met Copper yet. While I was adjusting my stirrups, he even decided to take a nap. Although his calm nature means that he sometimes starts off a bit slowly, this is actually an excellent way for riders to develop patience and to learn at their own pace. Unfortunately, like Razor, Copper also has an allergy to carrots, which means we have to be cautious with his treats. Despite this small challenge, Copper is a great companion and a valuable learning partner for both beginner and advanced riders. His calm character and large size make him particularly suitable for building trust and collaboration in handling horses. And then we have our big friend Warrior, the last one at the Moorland stable. He is 14 years old and an impressive crossbreed between a Shire and Ardenner. Standing at 16.2 hands, he is not only a true giant but also has the presence of a real gentle giant. From the ground, Warrior may seem a bit lazy. You might almost think he's lounging all day with a cocktail in hand, but once you're in the saddle, he transforms into a racing bolt. Yes, you heard it right. What he lacks with enthusiasm on the ground, he compensates with a hefty dose of speed as soon as you encourage him. Despite his tendency to start like a slow bear, he is absolutely suitable for our program with his ability to make you fly through the turns. It feels like you're on a roller coaster, but without the waiting line. Warrior is not only a head turner, but also a true adrenaline junkie in disguise. So who says you can't have fun with a horse that looks like he just finished a marathon of Netflix episodes? And that was the last horse for today, ladies and gentlemen. But don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow for more horse fun. let me introduce you to our fifth participant, Silverwind, a beautiful American Saddlebred standing at 15.3 hands. This handsome young man is only 6 years old and has found his home at the cozy Faildale stable. On the ground, he was a real sweetheart. He made me feel like I was cuddling a cute puppy, but as soon as I placed the saddle on his back, he turned into a hyperactive tornado. It was as if he thought, finally, time to explore the world. And not in a calm, zen-like manner. No, Silverwind had other plans. He was busier than a kid in a candy store. I must admit, it was a bit disappointing, especially since he was advertised as bomb-proof and kid-friendly. Maybe he had a secret career as a stunt horse in mind. Or perhaps he thought I was looking for a new adventure, because that's exactly what I got. But who knows? With some patience and extra training, he might still become the great horse he promises to be. So hold on tight, because Silverwind might just be a hidden talent in the making. Meet Thunderhoof, our energetic American Saddlebred standing at a steadily 15.2 hands. This 10-year-old sprout is the embodiment of bomb-proof and kid-friendly. At least that's what the brochure says. But like any good cowboy movie, things can sometimes take an unexpected turn. Under the saddle, Thunderhoof is a true dynamite package. He is so full of energy that you wonder if he secretly drank a few espressos before you got on. He tends to react with every movement, like a spring being shot into the air, making him a bit like a race car with an impatient driver. But don't be fooled by his busyness. He is also a master at telling. If you're not careful, it seems like you've settled a whirlwind. Still, despite his hyperactive nature, it's amazing to ride him. Thunderhoof is sensitive in the mouth, meaning he quickly responds to your aids. You have to keep your balance, because before you know it, he turns so fast it feels like you're on a roller coaster. But fear not, with a bit of patience and a touch of humor, you can perfectly ride out his energy. In short, Thunderhoof is a mix of temperament and charm. And although he sometimes has a mind of his own, he is ultimately a great horse, friend who loves you with a big smile on his face. Meet our wonderful Self-Say Starlight. She is now 12 years old and stands a majestic 16.1 hands, a true giant among stars. This horse is a sweetheart, a real cuddle bug, and she is bomb-proof, that even the most anxious rider feels safe in her presence. You might almost think she's a superhero in horse form. The only thing we need to address is her saddle sore, but that's literally the only problem she has. She's like that friend who always shows up late to a party. You can ignore it, but it can be a bit annoying at sometimes. Fortunately, this is also something that can be relatively easy resolved, but with my current stable full horses with their own projects, yes, I'm looking at you, Ghost, I simply don't have the time to take on another new adventure. That's it for today, friends. Until tomorrow, when we'll be back in the saddle. Let's take a moment to celebrate our star of the day, Selena. This beautiful 4-year-old Belgian warmblood is shining at the Golden Leaf stable and stands an impressive 16.2 hands. Selena is not just any mare, she's a real treasure. With her fantastic gaits and elegant build, she looks like a ballerina on 4 legs. And believe me, when you ride her, you feel like you're floating on a cloud of feathers. More comfortable than your favorite chair. But there's the catch. Selena is currently being offered as a lessons and trail horse. And that's a bit like offering a Ferrari for grocery shopping. This lady has so much more potential within her. With her talents, she could easily race in competition or dazzle in the dressage ring. I truly believe Selena would be better off with someone who can help her follow her passion. But now let's talk about the star of the show. Coco, an adorable 6-year-old Dartmoor pony standing at 12.2 hands. Oh my goodness, what an irresistible beauty. Just look at that cute little face. It's as if she's always posing for a photo shoot, even when she's just happily grazing in the field. Fortunately, I'm still small enough to climb onto her back as if I'm a cowboy who just won a bronze medal in the wrestling with a pony competition. And believe me, once I was sitting on her back, I felt like a real rider with my own horse in a Disney movie. Coco is simply the best. She listens to every instruction I gave as if she were an experienced dressage horse, rather than a pony who could have already applied for retirement. It was as if she thought, oh, you want me to jump? No problem, I have a few jumps up my sleeve. And while I was there, I couldn't help but laugh. This sweetheart really has a talent for turning every ride into an adventure. Lastly, let me introduce you to our treasure of a pony, Bear. This 9-year-old Dartmoor pony stands at 12.2 hands and is not only an absolute sweetheart but also a bit of a diva on 4 legs. He has a presence that you just have to see. And yes, you guessed it. I'm just big enough to ride him, which is always handy when you don't want to feel like you're on a giant dog bicycle. However, Bear isn't the fastest pony on the block. No, getting him to move forward is like running a marathon with a sloth. You really have to encourage him, almost like asking a teenager to clean their room. But once you find that extra motivation, whether it's a carrot or a good story, he's truly amazing. But let's be honest, he has his quirks. During one of our rides, another horse passed by and Bear turned into an excited puppy. You'd think he recognized the horse from the pony club. He got so lively that you might as well have needed a safety helmet to handle him. But don't worry, this is something we can solve with some training and patience. So yes, Bear is a mix of cuteness and character, and his little problems just make it all the more fun. Because who doesn't love a pony with a touch of drama? So let's talk about the amazing horses I have my eye on. We have the flamboyant Diva Bear, who with his sparkling personality and majestic appearance is sure to ride stars out of the sky. Don't you think that as the ultimate diva, he could use a bit of spotlight to steal? He has not only the looks, but also the flair to turn any riding arena into a catwalk. On the other hand, we have the big slow copper. This cuddly giant has the temperament of a teddy bear and the speed of a snail on a quiet Sunday afternoon. But hey, who says we always have to be fast? Maybe it would be fun to take a leisurely walk with Copper while enjoying nature and snapping a few good selfies. So, what do you think? Will it be the glamorous bear who enchants us, or the laid back copper who takes us on a Zen experience? Give me your thoughts. It's time to dive into the stables and make the right choice. Until next time, keep your reins steady and your hearts open. See you soon on Jorvik Island.